Okay, so this frog walks into a bank and he wants to get a loan. Walks up to the teller and he asks about getting a loan. The teller says you'll have to speak to a loan officer. So she directs him over to the loan officer's desk. And the frog notices right away on the nameplate on the desk it says the name of the loan officer is Patricia Whack. So the frog, not being real shy, jumps in right into what he wants to discuss. He says, Miss Patricia, I would like to get a loan from your bank. How do I go about that? Patricia looks down at this tiny green frog, not sure what to think, but being polite, she is going to go through with it and answer him. She says, well, the first thing we would have to do is fill out a loan application. If you'll give me some information, we can get started. She said, first of all, I need your full name. He says, well, my full name is Kermit Jagger. My dad is Mick Jagger. You've probably heard of him. Patricia says, yeah, it sounds familiar. She says, Mr. Kermit, how much money are you looking to borrow from our bank? Kermit says, well, thinking about taking the wife and the tadpoles on a cruise around the world. I think I need about $30,000. Patricia says, well, $30,000 is a lot of money to borrow. You would need some kind of collateral to borrow that much money from our bank. Kermit says, that's no problem. I've got my collateral right here. And out of his pocket, he pulls a tiny little pink porcelain pig. It's perfect in every way. Holds it out to Patricia and says, this is what I would like to use for collateral. She looks at the tiny thing in his hand and says, that's really not enough for collateral on a $30,000 loan. Kermit's a little tired of this. He says, listen, I know the president of this bank. He knows me and he knows my father. I'm sure if you go in there and show him my collateral, he will give me this loan. Patricia's more than happy to do this. Maybe, the bank president can kick this bum out instead of her. So she walks into the bank president's office and says, Larry, you're not going to believe what just happened. Larry says, try me. She says, this tiny green frog walks into the front door of this bank, comes up to my desk and asks for a $30,000 loan. He says his name is Kermit Jagger and his dad's name's Mick, and that you know him very well. And he offered me this for collateral. What the heck is this? Larry picks up the tiny porcelain pig from Patricia's hand and he looks at it for a second. He says, why, it's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. His old man is a rolling stone.